Whispers of thought in a quiet stream, tracing time through every theme. Stories unfold with gentle grace, exploring minds, a timeless space. Welcome to where ideas gleam.
Speed is not urgency, it is trust. Let's talk about this weekend's mind mining. I have witnessed highly competent individuals lose momentum, not because they lacked expertise, but because every single decision required excessive layers of approval. And here is what struck me in this. Speed is not driven by urgency, it is driven by trust. Organizations don't slow down because people are incapable. They slow down because authority is fragmented, accountability is diluted, and trust is conditional. So today, we are not talking about productivity hacks. We are talking about organizational bottlenecks, the invisible ones. Where does your organization experience the greatest friction? Let's mind that. Imagine a mid-level marketing head in a private FMCG company. Brilliant strategist, data-backed campaign, consumer insights validated, but before launch, approval from regional head, compliance, finance, brand custodian, legal, zonal director. By the time the green signal arrives, the trend has shifted. The competitor has moved. The moment has passed. Now compare that with a fast scaling startup. Same marketing head, clear budget band, defined risk tolerance. Yeah, authority aligned to responsibility. Decision cycle just 48 hours. What changed? Not intelligence, not urgency, just the trust. Yeah, the bottleneck wasn't capability, it was control. Now let's move to a public organization. A district level infrastructure project gets sanctioned. Let's assume the parameters: budget allocated, need established, community awaiting. But implementation requires departmental concurrence, budget revalidation, technical audit, tender revision, administrative clearance. Each layer exists for governance. Each signature protects public interest, yet somewhere between accountability and over verification, momentum dies. Now imagine a restructured department where decision rights are predefined, that is DOA, delegation of authority. Escalation timelines are fixed, digital dashboards track accountability. Suddenly, files don't move, projects move. Again, not urgency. Trust is the defined authority in this case. Then there is a circular bottleneck, the shadow approval. The email says approved, but the culture says check once more with the boss. So managers hesitate. They seek informal validation before formal authority. Why? Because past mistakes were punished publicly. Because autonomy exists not on paper, not in psychology. In such systems, people don't act boldly, they act defensively. Everybody is responsible, no one is accountable. And defensive organizations don't scale fast, they survive slowly. Maybe even centuries pass by, but their growths are limited. Legacy drives, but the growth strives very, very slowly. Growth is scarce. On the contrary, now let's be a little balanced. In healthcare, in pharmaceuticals, in aviation, speed without layered review can be catastrophic. Trust is not blind, it is engineered through protocols, checklists, delegated escalation pathways, simulation training. A surgeon doesn't seek 5 approvals mid surgery because the trust was built before the operation began. That's the difference. High risk organizations don't remove control, they pre design it. Trust is structured, not assumed. What do bottlenecks really cost? Not just delayed projects, they cost talent disengagement, decision fatigue, innovation hesitancy, silent attrition. Competent individuals don't leave because they are incapable, they leave because they are constrained. And the tragedy? Leadership often interprets slowdown as laziness, when it's actually overgovernance. So here I give you 3 questions for your mind mining. Where does decision making slow down most frequently? Is approval aligned with accountability? Are mistakes treated as learning or liability? If your best performance constantly check upward, trust is missing. If every decision escalates, authority is unclear. If urgency increases but output doesn't, you don't have a speed problem, you have a trust problem. Speed is not driven by urgency. You can shout ASAP in every meeting every morning, You can create red flags and escalation emails. Doesn't make any difference. Unless people feel trusted within the defined boundaries, they will wait. And waiting is a quiet killer of momentum. This weekend, don't ask, how do we move faster? Ask, where do we not trust enough? Because trust is not a soft value. It is an operational accelerator. This is this weekend's mind mining for you. Where does your organization experience the greatest bottleneck? Come back to me, comment, leave your opinion. Be free to voice what is that decelerating or retarding your organization from growth. Thank you so much. Till that time, I see you next mind mining.
Whispers of thought in a quiet stream, tracing time through every theme. Stories unfold with gentle grace, exploring minds, a timeless space. Welcome to where ideas gleam.